Okay, so this is going to be quite a short one. Hello, my name's Gareth, and this is Book Songs and Other Magic, and I'm going to do a video about British slang. So, just to clarify one thing though, that slang sounds like they're exceptional words that people sometimes use, but these are words that we use all the time. So this might be the case that slang words are just generally in people's vocabulary around the world in their own particular areas, but this is definitely true for these words I'm going to say. This is normal language that we use all the time. And certainly, this is definitely part of normal everyday language in the southern half of Britain. So I don't know what it's like in northern Britain. I think there's other slang words, and there'll be probably things that I don't say. But definitely down here, in this end of Britain, this is normal language. So I was prompted to do this. There's loads of videos like this, but I was prompted to do this because Joe from Book Buds, my mate from Book Buds, hello Joe, he mentioned me in a video he's just done. He'd just done a bunch of book reviews, and he said that some of it had British slang words in it or British words in it, and he's getting used to it through talking to me, because we talk all the time together on Voxer, and I talk to Dave all the time, I talk to MJ all the time, and MJ, Dave and Joe all think I talk funny. Americans watching this might find this funny. According to my analytics, most of my viewers are American. So, hello, Americans. I'm going to tell you some words that you may have heard a lot of these, but some of them you might not have done. And some of them I just think are awesome. So this is the normal, everyday way that we talk. I'll need to use my notes because I'll forget some. And I'll go, oh, I didn't say this. So I'm going to say first that there are lots of very serious kind of English teaching videos that do this. This is a lot more informal. You're in my gaff now, so because of that, I'll do it my way. I'll do it my style. And I've already said one, because to be in someone's gaff means to be in their house, or it could mean, to be fair, if I wanted to send a message to a pub and I was going to gig there, and I'd go, I love playing at your gaff, then that would mean I like playing at your pub. And you know, it's just, you know, another term for house, you know, building where you live. So that's gaff for a start. Okay, so just to clarify another thing that I just think is hilarious, we say bollocks a lot. If something's crap, if it's awful, then we say it's a load of bollocks, right? It's a load of bollocks. But if we think something's really good, we might say it's the dog's bollocks. So if it's bollocks, it's bad. If it's dog's bollocks, it's really good. Which is one of my favourite things about what we say. And a couple of other things. Blimey and crikey, you probably heard. Although crikey is kind of associated with Australia now, I think, more. But blimey is definitely still said. And it's funny, actually, because it feels old-fashioned. But I say it, and I've heard people say it. And people still say blimey, even though they're probably more likely to swear. They're probably more likely to go, fuck me, or something like that. But I apologise for swearing. Excuse my French. That's another phrase over here. If people swear, they go, oh, excuse my French. But blimey comes from core blimey, which is a derivative that dates back to God blind me. So it's like, it's travelled through the years and transformed into core blimey, and now pretty much just blimey. We don't really say core blimey. I don't think I've ever heard anyone say core blimey, except in the old black and white films from the 40s. But blimey is still said, but it's more often a swear word, to be fair. But if it's someone that doesn't swear, then they're going to do that. And you would say curse word, wouldn't you, Americans? But we say swearing. But crikey is the same sort of thing. But crikey is an old word that's transformed from Christ. But then we go Christ as well. Jesus Christ. So I say that a lot when something's shocking. Jesus Christ. Yeah, I do that a lot. But yeah, there we are. There's some expletives, some exclamations. If you're mocking someone, and there's a little bit of that been going on BookTube recently, then you might say you're taking the mickey out of someone, and that's like a friendly way of doing it, but more common way would be saying you're taking the piss. So if you're taking a piss out of someone, you're literally laughing at them. Maybe you've got a video in the corner of your screen and you're showing a bit and then laughing at them. Maybe you're taking a piss out of them. So that's taking a piss. If you're calling someone an idiot, you might call them a numpty, which is one of my favourite words for an idiot. But you might say a dinlow. Down here, it's not just Portsmouth, I've found out, but a lot of people around here think it's associated with us. But dinlow means idiot, or you could shorten it to a din. So you could just say, you're such a din, So that's another word. And there are others, there's loads, but quite a common one, going into a little bit further north for a friendly way of doing this, but down here it's a little bit more sweary, and that's to call someone a twat. So if you say you are such a twat, then that can be quite friendly depending on where you're from. And a plonker, you may have heard from Only Fools and Horses, because he says that a lot. It's like a catchphrase on the sitcom Only Fools and Horses. And my favourite one that my wife says sometimes, and I love it when she says it, she doesn't get a lot of road rage, but sometimes she'll call someone a wazzock in the car. So wazzock is a great one. So that could be a curse word, shouting at someone. And they might be doing your nut in. So if you want to call someone an idiot or a dinlow or a wazzock or a plonker or a numpty, it might be because they're doing your nut in. So that's your nut. So they're doing your head in. So doing your head in or doing your nut in is a very common phrase as well. And they might be pissing you off. Yeah. So that's another thing. And because you reckon they're out of order, right? So you think they're in the wrong. You reckon they're out of order, right? That's other phrases. And another one I've written down, which I didn't want to forget because I think it's a cool phrase. You might want to come home from work and just not do anything. And we would say you just want to veg out. Yeah. And vegging out means just do nothing. Empty your brain. Become a vegetable. Yeah. Vegging out. Just another couple of words you probably heard before. If you're really disappointed in this video, you would be gutted. So you might have turned this on hoping for a book review or something interesting that I'm going to say, and you might go, oh, I'm gutted. He just went on about British words. And then someone else might look at this and think it's a lot of fun. So they might go, no, I was chuffed that he did that. I was chuffed because it was what I wanted to see. So I was chuffed. That was well good. But you might think I'm not doing it very well. And if you think it's a little bit naff, naff means bad. If it's a little bit, actually this word means so many things, but it could mean, this next word could mean it's bad. It could mean it's that I'm lying. It could mean you don't trust it, or it could mean that it's a bit naughty. That's the word dodgy. Yeah, that's used loads for all sorts of different things. But if you just think it's a bit crap, you might say, oh, it's dodgy, that. But dodgy is a really common word as well. And I just want to use the word mug, because it's a great word. So if you talk about someone's mug, you could be talking about their face. But if you call someone a mug, it means they're an idiot as well. So if you're like, oh, I don't want to see his mug again. You don't want to see his face again. And can you tell that mug to get out of here, right? That could be like a sort of a position of power, telling someone to get out. But if you're mugging someone off, like, oh, he's mugging me off, then you're blanking someone, or you might have arranged something and you didn't turn up. Then you were mugging someone off. Yeah, I got mugged off. So that's another one. There's some here that you must have heard of: being knackered if you're tired, or being bushed, which I don't hear that often, but it's kind of slang. And being zonked. That's another one. But I think knackered is probably the most common one out of those. And if you haven't got any money, then you might be skint. You might use that. It's a really common way of saying that you ain't got any money. I'm sorry, mate. I can't chip in because I'm skint, or I can't go down there. I can't go out with you tonight. I'm skint, Skint's a really common one. And faff. If you're just like messing around and you're doing lots of things that you're just delaying something, or you want to go somewhere or do something and you're taking ages to do it because you keep getting interrupted, then there's a lot of faff involved, and you're probably faffing about. So if you're like, oh, can you stop faffing about? We've got to go. You know, get on with it. You know, we got to go. Stop faffing about. And then one more one I've got here, which is going to close the video, is to get some cheeky chips. So if you're late out at night and but the kebab shop's still open, the chip shop's probably shut, but if the kebab shop's still open, then you might, you just had some beers or whatever, you're a little bit pissed, a bit merry, and you might think, I'm going to get some cheeky chips. So you're not particularly hungry, but you got some money on you, or you just think, I'm just going to get some chips. So you're going to go into there, just get a portion of chips, and because it's like, you didn't need to get them, they're like cheeky chips. And same as, I've done this before when I come home from work, and on my way back, I know I'm going to, sometimes even my wife's said that she's made me something, she's prepared something for me, which is very lovely of her. But I've still got some cheeky chips because I wanted some chips. Oh, I hope she's not watching this. I've done that before. Anyway, yeah, I hope you've enjoyed the video. And I need a nice bit of slang to say goodbye. See you later.